Hey everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and this time we're going to be looking at Eist. I actually figured I'd give a Skellige leader that wasn't crack a bit of a try. I did actually try a crack horn deck and was failing pretty badly with it. But I decided, you know what, I'll just build a deck today from scratch, and this is what we came up with. Yeah, I thought it was pretty okay. And it has some spicy inclusions, as we'll come to find out. So what is the idea of the deck? Well, you of course have Eist as the leader, and the whole point of him is to revive Dagger, Two Blades, which, you know, is known for being played in Harold, but here we're going to be playing it in Eist in combination with Regis as a really awesome and powerful finisher. You've also got Nivellen to line up a big row full of units, spears to, of course, damage the enemies down to the right strength, along with longships as well. And we're going to basically nuke an entire row as the last play, Eist straight into Regis, boom boom, and maybe even a spear proc or two as well to get a few extra points. And yeah, going to be a ton of points and a very, very powerful finisher. So apart from that, the rest of the deck is just allowing for that finisher to be enabled. You have a lot of thinning with the Witches, Deran, Burner, and all the standard Skellige stuff. You know, you've got your discards and Skulls, Skirmishers, etc. Morkvarg as well. And pirate captains, you know, regular stuff, bears as well. Flaminica's in there because there wasn't really another 6-drop. And yeah, pretty much that's that. There's a Unicorn and Caranex for a bit of tempo as well. So pretty important to win round 1. You of course can do that with a spear maybe, along with your tempo plays. And once you get out of there, go to round 3, get that last say if you can. Revive Dagger, having previously discarded him or played him in a previous round. You know, you can Duran him quite often. Pretty good Duran target. You revive him with Eist and Regis as that final play, and it can be absolutely monstrous. Destroy the opponent. So, with that being said, let's jump into a game or two and see if we can win with this. Okay, we're going to be up against Queen Meve. Should be good. And with the mulligan, what are we going to go for? So we do have Duran, that is beautiful. Probably don't need 2 bears, we can always get rid of 1 with Duran, so we'll get rid of that. And then we probably can't really mulligan because of the Witches. Red coin with Marauder's pretty good, so that's nice. But we don't have any spears. Might not be a bad thing because we can always use them later to, of course, set up that really chunky Regis. And yeah, open with that Marauder probably, and then, you know, maybe Longship, maybe Witches. We'll see. Lots of things can happen. Flaminica's pretty nice in combination with the Longship. That's kind of the only use. It's alright if they maybe damage your row a lot, like a Lacerate or something, but... Or Ockfist. Which we might even see in Meve, to be fair. It's going to be a drummer. We can easily kill that. Not yet, but maybe in a turn or two after we play Longship. They'll probably just heal it up with tactical advantage though. But we've got to play Marauder first. We don't have a spear, so don't need to worry about that. And then Longship will help to enable Bloodthirst for Captain. Do a bit of pushing and whatnot in this round. We don't need to win it, but of course if we are able to, then round 3 is going to look a lot healthier for us. Won't have our, you know, Dagger being answered by something. Revenant does come down. We can play Bear, but it's not quite enough to kill. So probably going to let that activate if he wants it to one time. But if we go with, you know, Duran now, we'll be able to enable the Bear. Put Dagger in the graveyard as well for later. And of course pull Morkvarg out as well. So that's what we'll go for. And we can shoot the Longship if we want. Probably just going to damage the blue stripe in case we want to play Captain next turn. Which we might do if he copies the Revenant and we want to kill it, for example. Flaminica's also looking quite nice now. If we want another engine on the go. And we do need to play Witches this round to do some thinning. Got to make sure we get as deep as possible into our deck. Want to hit those spears, Unicorn, Caranex, and Nivellen, of course. All really juicy. And honestly, Meve isn't that scary for the Dagger combo because they often can't really deal with the high strength unit as last play anyway. Even if they have last say, Ike doesn't immediately activate, so Not too threatening. This is kind of annoying because we can't remove both of those. We have to choose one or the other. But I think we can probably leave the Vess alive. Feels kind of bad to do that, but the alternative is not great either. Leaving a Revenant up never feels good either, so we probably won't win this round, but as long as we push pretty hard, do some thinning, maybe even play Burner if we can afford to as well, then we should be in a decent spot, as long as we don't get bled round 2, which is probably the biggest weakness of this deck, I guess. That and losing round 1 and then, you know, not having last save for the big combo. But he didn't use the Vess Zeal, so we could bear it. Question is, do we actually have enough points here to catch up? We do need quite a few. I don't think we do, because Witches are only 9, and then we would need, you know, further, whatever, 9 points. Which we don't have in hand, unless we use maybe Regis or something, but gonna save him for later. They might know that we're trying to do some janky things with the dagger in graveyard, but hopefully not. As long as we don't get bled, we should be in a reasonable position. So, with the mulligan here, could get rid of a Skald maybe. We don't really have many discard targets. And then we're going to keep, because we don't want to draw another Witcher. We probably want to play Witches this round, just to, you know, get deeper into the deck. That being said, there's not really much more we want. Maybe another Spear would be okay, but apart from that, we're alright. I think we'll go with the Witches. That'll probably tempt a pass from the opponent, because we're now ahead of them in points. If they play on, they might lose their card. And there it is, so they have the option to play a card here or just pass. I think the hand quality is quite good, so getting an extra card into our deck is not too important. We already have, you know, all the tools that we actually need to win the long round. So we do draw the Skald, which again isn't very good. We want to hit as many, I guess, burner targets as possible. You know, ideally the double skirmisher would be nice. So I'm going to mulligan the Skald, and Pirate Captain is the one I'm looking for, because then we can discard the 2 cards that we draw with burner. We're never going to end up with like a dead Skald or something. So this should be fine. Double Spear though is hopefully just going to completely wreck the round 3. Even with 1 artifact removal, it's probably not going to be enough to, you know, get rid of the Regis value that we'll find. So definitely start with these. Another thing is Blue Dream does actually wreck this deck pretty hard. If the opponent identifies they need to take dagger, then, you know, you end up without the finisher value that you really want, but you can sometimes survive it, I suppose. Looks like no artifact removal, so we can just go with another Spear and start dealing out the damage in a turn or 2. The reason we don't shoot immediately is Spear was changed, right? So we wouldn't get any extra value by damaging now. We can just wait until there's a target we know we want to remove and then deal with it that way. Although it does mean we lose a point from battering ram, of course. But okay, probably go kill this drummer now, I suppose. We have a lot of damaging tools in the form of the bear, the captain, and whatnot. Chironex as well. They do have 1 artifact removal, so that's a bit of a pain. But again, if we get the combo off, we should be alright, because there's not going to be an easy way for Meave to deal with it. I suppose the main way they'll win here is just by getting their own large Hubert off, and then, you know, might outpower the dagger, depending on how good Regis looks. It's another blue stripe, eh? Now he probably should kill that, because he shuffled a bunch of those in, or did he? No, there's only 2. Should still probably kill it, right? It's worth a couple of points. Could choose not to if we don't care that much. I mean, it does fill up the row more for the Regis, so I don't actually mind that much. Probably let it happen, to be honest. Just shoot the battering ram. Now, Flaminica doesn't do much. Probably won't do much ever this round, so I'm kind of fine to play it. Hopefully not another battering ram. That would be very, very annoying. Pretty unlikely that they run 2 artifact removals usually. It's going to be a blue stripes, but again, I mean, these are just falling into Regis territory, so it doesn't really Not too much of a problem, really. So we'll hit a blue stripe here, I suppose, and then Captain to basically line up all of the units. I mean, they already are pretty lined up. I probably should have hit the 5 there, actually. Whatever. Don't think it matters too much. We need to play Burner as well at some point, but that's fine. Selkirk we can kind of demolish with Spear and Kyrenex if we want to. That being said, I think it might just be better to Novellen, to be quite honest. To basically, yeah, deny the Selkirk value. We kind of want Kyrenex for maybe an Okvist or a Synthesis kill, because those are a bit more threatening. I think Novellen here is good, but we've got to shoot first, of course. What do we want to shoot? Doesn't really matter, I don't think. We can hit Selkirk, I suppose, in case he gets moved back or something. We're Novellen now. Seems quite good. And yeah, we can save the spear shot, of course. Maybe want to play Unicorn sooner rather than later as well to enable the Kyrenex for big damage. If we're able to get that off, then might be nice. Then again, we can also use it to deal with Sabrina if they play that. Uh-oh, it's Draug. Draug is pretty scary. Then again, I mean, these Revenants deal damage, but they can only deal it to front row, so it's not going to be that many points. It might just be worth playing the Regis now, though. It will completely clean up all these points and give us a massive dagger on the board. And honestly, I think it's the way to go here. Yeah, seems like it might be a good idea. So let's go ahead and shoot first, because the Eist, when we play it, will give us another spear proc. Throw dagger on front row, and then shoot another time with the spear, because we will then get another charge with Regis after that. This will kind of just nuke all of his points. And yeah, he can now answer the dagger with like an Ike or something, but we don't have to deal with that finisher, so pretty damn powerful if I do say so myself. That's going to be a pretty clean win. Let's jump into another one and see if we can reproduce that. Okay, now we're going to be up against Emir. Should be interesting. Hopefully it won't be... I've seen some sketchy Emirs in the past playing all sorts of nonsense, so hopefully it'll just be something more, you know, standard. With the mulligan, I kind of am a fan of getting rid of dagger in round 1. Then again, I mean, it does force removal from them maybe, but they're going to be more, I think, sort of attuned to your plan. Is that the right word? I don't know. You can probably get rid of this as well. Keep. If you do discard that, you know, that dagger, it's a bit more subtle than just playing him straight up, but of course, any good player should notice either way. Alright, let's start with Spear, and you can go with Marauder after that. And we're going to try to remove engines and whatnot if he plays any. Spear's quite nice in the first round as well, because you're not vulnerable to artifact removal in the same way that you would be later in the game. We can go with the Marauder now and just clean that up. Could go with the Bear and the Spear and sort of hope for him to kill the Marauder, but that's a bit ballsy. Probably not a good idea. He's going to Traherne. And if he does hit dagger, I mean, not the end of the world, right? We just have him in the graveyard already, and that would be kind of nice, in fact. So Spear, remember to shoot always before playing the unit. We'll play the Witches, why not? Traherne getting 7 value, not too bad, but nothing too crazy either. And we'll probably shoot off a bit of a Duran. Next card, or we might go with the Longship as well, who knows. Longship for round 3 is kind of nice though, if we don't need it here. Infiltrator, we'll probably deal with that, not right now, but in a second. So Duran, and we can put the Bear in the graveyard again, like we did before. And Dagger and Morkvarg. I think that's a pretty clean couple of units to get rid of. We'll do that most of the time. And we'll buff the 2, so we're not in Leo range, of course. Our Witches could still die to him, but that's fine. Kind of wondering what this Emir is actually going to be. It might be Shoop. Not too common, but probably the most likely style of Amir, I want to say. So probably bear and just deal with the infiltrators. Gonna be a good shot. Whoops, I should have actually played the... should have shot with the spear first, my bad. Whoopsie doopsie. That's fine. We're gonna give him a lot of slave inventory value, but not the end of the world. Could have killed this as well if I had not messed up there, but it's fine. Not the end of the world at all. Not too bad. You can go with burner now. Do some more thinning. That's some nice discard targets. Just throw those onto the board for some tempo. And we'll keep shooting with spear now, in case we ever want to take a pass. Get out the round. There shouldn't be a reason to hold the spear charges anymore. So we'll do that. And Pirate Captain is enabled if we need it. Skulls don't really have any targets anymore, so we might have to discard a Skuld with a Skuld later. We could keep pushing with Kyrenex onto his Kyrenex, although I'm kind of inclined to pass. That being said, I mean, I feel like against Amir it's going to be really valuable to have the last say, so I'm going to go ahead and keep playing here. Just keep fighting for it. We don't need to give up yet, we're pretty far ahead. He might even decide to pass now, so that'd be good for us. We do have Dagger in the graveyard, so we just need to find the beautiful Regis and then hope he doesn't have Blue Dream or doesn't use it on Dagger. But we'll see what happens. If it is Shoop, a bit scary, but this is quite annoying because we don't really want to pass, you know, in case he can take it, but 10 points, is it really doable that easily? Like, we could just, you know, gamble a bit, take a pass and say, you know what, I don't think you have 11. It's kind of hard to find 11 points as an Amir, right? He might have Witches, that's only 9. You gotta imagine, what can he actually have that's worth that many points? Probably have to use the Amir ability. I mean, Shoop would do it, but then he's using Shoop, right? He doesn't have it for later, so I think we'll take the pass. It's maybe a bit of a gamble, but if it pays off, then it pays off. And I think forcing him to play Shoop there is, you know, a payoff in some way. You can't, you know, I mean, he could Amir it, I suppose, but then that's Amir gone. So either way, it's kind of not too bad. Looks like he's going for resilience with it, wow. And gonna play Amir, okay. So this is kind of the all-in approach, I suppose. Maybe he's gonna try to 2-0 us now, which is a bit scary. But 8 carryover, we can deal with it if we have, you know, a large enough finisher. The question will then be, can we get the points, I suppose, later on? Or are we just gonna be in trouble in round 3 if we can even survive here? Let's get rid of these guys. We need some more value out of our cards, I think. But we can definitely start with the longship. We got to really try to get that Regis this round. We might even, yeah, I mean, if we play Dagger early, it's probably just going to die. So that's kind of bad. We can go Flaminica though for sure, to start getting the value on that. I want to damage, but I'm also worried that this will die if I do. We can always play a longship next turn anyway. And I think that's what we're going to do. Longship. And just start setting up a bit of a back row Regis by shooting Witcher. Next turn we can shoot twice and then Regis to, yeah. I'm not sure if it does get ahead. I think it will with Flaminica, but that's kind of some hard maths to do. And I mean, Dagger for round 3, if we res him, it's not bad. It's just not going to be amazing without Regis, right? That's kind of how you got to think of it. But he's kind of playing right into our hands at the moment, by the looks of it. We can go ahead and Novella now if we want to kind of get everything on the same row. I think we probably do. If we do that, we're going to be able to go Regis next turn and completely wipe the board. No, almost. So let's just do it. Novella won't be good anyway next round if we're planning to use Regis here. So we need 1 unit to be at 1 strength, of course. And we'd ideally get 1 to 4 so we can start shooting a Sire or something as well. And at this rate, we're not going to have to even use dagger, you know, to take the round, which will be really good. We'll have a little bit of extra power in round 3 where he won't without a leader. So let's shoot a sire, and then we can also shoot the Nausea Sergeant, Regis, to just take the round here. Don't have to use our hero ability. Yeah, I mean, daggers maybe only like 4 points, but so much value. It's beautiful. Yes, we're only on even cards, so that was a good result for him probably, but we're still looking okay, I think. Flaminica value there was pretty insane as well. So what's our deck looking like? It's pretty terrible at this point. Spear also isn't very good. It's only a few cards this round, so I think I'll be mulliganing that. And then depending on what we get, we might... Yeah, I mean, we're probably forced to have a Skuld here, to be honest. Or a Spear, one of them. Ah, tricky, tricky. The other problem is our captains might be dead because we can't really damage stuff easily. So okay, we'll just mulligan the Skuld and hope that we can somehow enable the captains, maybe with the Marauder. It could be one way to do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna do some weird stuff. Maybe discard a Skuld. No, that's surely not right. So we can probably just play captain. Or dagger. I mean, what's the difference, right? We could play dagger into unicorn, I guess. The problem is we're not then going to get any captain value. Maybe spear was necessary. Yeah, whatever. I think we just have to kind of go on the pure value of the cards and hope it's enough. Because these are like completely dead. What if we actually discard the captain here? Maybe that's good. And then we get spear. It's basically the same difference, apart from we lose like 1 point, I guess. It's actually the same because if we res dagger, yeah, it doesn't really have any impact. So I mean, this is probably about as good as we can do, actually. Probably shouldn't have mulliganed the spear in the first place, but it's fine. We'll take the dagger and we'll start shooting. And then hopefully we get pirate captain value along with a unicorn, and that might be enough to win. I mean, remember we've got an extra bunch of points from the leader, so he has to have a way to answer that. And there is orcs, but we're kind of trading card for card there with the leader and one of his, so it's not too bad. And now we're going to be able to get captain value by the looks of things. Does mean we'll have to go ahead, you know, and play the unicorn. But okay. Bit Leo. Leo is a bit threatening here, I should say. If he has it. And something like slave inventory would also deny the pirate captain, or a heal, or a Peter, or whatever, but we're looking maybe okay. Pretty big score difference at the moment.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Gonna be just a Vico novice, that doesn't really do anything. Maybe makes his last card better than you'd expect, but it's not really very strong play. So we are up a lot of points here. See if he's got it. 15 is quite a large margin to make. Looks like we got him. Pretty close one, considering, you know, we got bled in round 2. Kind of a nice result, though. Yeah, even if you do, you know, get pushed in round 2, it's still possible to win with this deck, it seems. So, quite a fun one, quite a powerful one. If you feel like playing it, do give it a go. If not, then don't. As always, feel free to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.